Hello, welcome to episode 16 of Full Movie Podcast, a show where we talk about those long-form classics that deserve a rewatch. I'm Matt.
And I'm Freya. Let's get straight into it and...
That's not getting straight into it, is it, Freya?
No.
No.
Why don't you tell us what film we're talking about today?
Okay, today we are doing, some people would call it an action or a thriller, but I'm going to say it's a drama. We are doing 1993's Falling Down.
An ordinary man, frustrated with the various flaws he sees in society, begins to psychotically and violently lash out against them.
I will come back to that later on. I have much to be said. Directed by the late and great Joel Schumacher, who was also known for directing Lost Boys, 8mm, Phone Booth. Phone Booth is an underrated gem. I really like Phone Booth.
Yeah,
it's a very
good.
short film as well. The brilliant St. Elmo's Fire, Flatliners, A Time to Kill. We watched that recently. It's a good film. It's a good film. And also Batman and Robin. Now, I'm just going to say, Batman and Robin, it has its flaws, but I still quite like it.
Oh, fair enough.
It's a bad film, but also I quite like it. It was written by Eba, I hope I pronounced that right, Eba Rose Smith, who... He wrote Car 54, Where Are You?, which is a terrible re-imaging of a 50s TV show.
Right.
It is terrible. Don't watch it. But he was also mainly known as being an actor, appearing in such films as Fletch Lives and Turner and Hooch.
Ah.
Yes, not K9, Turner and Hooch. So, yes. How do you feel about this film, Freya?
Well, first of all, I just want to say a quick thank you to Richard Enriquez from Twitter.
Thank you, Richard. I'm sorry, I skipped over that.
That's okay.
What a complete jerk I am.
No, that's all right. I'm the one who mainly talks to Richard. I'm the Twitter gal. So.
Yeah. Well done, Richard, for suggesting this film. It is a film which I haven't seen in years.
And I had never seen before we watched it yesterday.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, really, really good recommendation.
Thanks, mate.
However, I really enjoyed it, but I don't know how to feel about the main character, Defense.
Right, good. Okay. So, I'm wondering if you're going to step on my thing. So,
I might do. No, I'll let you talk. You'll be better at it. You crack
sure?
on. Yeah,
Okay,
you go
right.
on.
So, I have seen this film before. I always liked this film. It's almost been parodied a lot by Foo Fighters, REM, The Simpsons even did it. Frank Grimes is based on Bill.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, having rewatched it, at the beginning I said that it wasn't an action, it wasn't a thriller. It is a drama. I think it has comedic moments.
Sure.
Which I don't think they're supposed to be comedic in the sense of, let's say, Arnold Schwarzenegger in like True Lies. Yeah, where he does like throwaway one-liners as he's killing somebody.
No, it's not playing for jokes. It's just kind of slight light relief.
Yeah.
Because it is a tense storyline.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, the film is quite unbalanced as well. I mean, I will flat out say that this isn't a bad film. Everything that I'm about to say isn't condemning the film. I think it's a really good film. I think Michael Douglas it's his best performance.
He's really great, yeah.
He is fantastic. Michael Douglas, who's done quite a few Romance in the Stone films, Jewel and Nile, Basic Instinct, Fatal Attraction, The Game. He's done a lot of films, but this, as far as I'm concerned, is his pinnacle role.
It's very much reliant on him and his journey, the journey of the character and his reactions to things. And, it's really hard to get a read on the character. Because on the one side, he's incredibly sympathetic, but on the other side, you kind of get this background with him and his family.
Yes.
Which kind of throws you a bit because you think, is he just an ordinary guy who's had a rough time and he's had enough? Or is he this kind of slightly unhinged person who is at least at some level abusive to, the people in his life?
Okay, let's just dissect that a little bit because this is my main problem with the actual film. I honestly believe that this is a good film. I think the story is not poorly written, But I think it would have been a lot better if, rather than saying that he was fired from his job a few months earlier, few weeks earlier, or his wife saying that he was abusive, they just made it that a man was down on his luck.
Yeah.
It was a hot city day. He was stuck in traffic.
Yep.
Things had been building up at home.
Mm-hmm.
He's having problems at work. I think that would be far more interesting to see a man like that fall over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, all of the kind of exceptional stuff like losing his job and, being divorced, and his wife, even when she's talking to the police officer, she's like, well, no, he didn't hit the girl, he didn't hit me, I just didn't want him to do it. Which, it's kind of, it's difficult because you don't want to be like, well, she's just saying that. Obviously, verbal abuse is a thing.
Yeah.
But I think all of that background information, the scene with his mother as well, makes the character less sympathetic and less relatable.
Yes, definitely. I mean, he is, let's face it, it's a very broad statement here.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost saying everything that some of us may have said before, whether that be the prices of a can of drink in a shop. It's like, in there it's like 85 cents, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember, that roughly works out at like, I'd say about 90p, I think, roughly about that.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's too much for a can of Coke.
Yeah.
And again, also, it's a hot day.
Mm-hmm.
On a hot day, everybody's emotions are almost heightened. Everyone's feeling a bit more tense. They're feeling uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going through this, and you do feel for him. And then when they turn around and say, oh, he was fired from his job and his mum's scared of him, his wife divorced him and saying, oh, he's getting divorced, you kind of half don't feel sorry for him. I think we really should have felt sorry for him for the entire duration of this film.
Definitely. I mean, let's go on to our... Because we have the same favourite scene, yeah?
Yes.
So the favourite scene of both of us is in Whammy Burger. And...
oh, that burger looks crap.
It doesn't look...
That's flat.
I mean, as bad as burgers look normally, that looked exceptionally bad.
That's terrible.
So I wouldn't have trodden on that.
It looks like bacon mixed with like really flat slices of bread. It looks crap.
I mean, anyone would complain about that,
Yeah.
especially as they've just started lunch. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But
well, you'd feel sorry for him as well because he's missed the breakfast by
like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But it shows both sides of frustration for the people working in the burger restaurant and the customer, because people in service have to deal with that kind of nonsense all the time. But equally, it's like, are you kidding me? It's 4 minutes. You've obviously still got breakfast items. It's just... Yeah. And I think that, he obviously is teetering on the edge in that scene because he is trying to redeem himself with the people in the restaurant because he accidentally shoots off the gun.
Yeah, and he's telling, sorry, it was just an accident, the trigger's sensitive.
And he's trying to make jokes.
Yeah, and he's like, I think we have a critic over here, Rick.
Yeah, when the lady
by the way, the waitress, not the waitress, the server, the female server, that is Dee Dee Pfeiffer, a la Michelle Pfeiffer's sister.
Aha.
A la? Is that the right way of putting it?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's Michelle Pfeiffer's sister.
Ah, that is an interesting little bit of trivia.
Yeah, I already knew that, but yeah. I will also say, yes, I do love that scene, but there's another scene which I have a behind the scenes look at Full Move Podcast here. I have a book where I write things down, ideas and things I want to talk about.
You're giving away all our secrets.
Now, I haven't actually written this one down. I only just realised as we're talking about it, my favourite scene is actually the scene with the rocket launcher and the kid.
Oh. He has a lot of interaction with kids in the film, which, kind of...
And he's kind to them.
He's
nice
very,
to them.
very... Yeah, it keeps kind of reminding you that he just wants to go home to see his daughter.
Yeah. What's your favourite line?
My favourite line is... and actually, it's probably a close second for my favourite scene, but it was when he's on the golf course and he's just shot the golf cart and the guy is having a heart attack, unfortunately. And he's berating the guy as he's sort of, dying, essentially. and he says, this is defense. Bill Foster says, yeah, and now you're going to die, wearing that stupid little hat. How does it feel?
It's a good line.
I just like it. Yeah.
My favourite line is when he's talking to the shop owner of the military stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Nazi.
Yeah, the Nazi. Where he turns around, the guy, I think his name's Nick, turns around and says, "We're the same, you and me. We're the same. Don't you see?" And Bill, or Defense, turns around and says, "We're not the same. I'm an American. You're a sick arsehole."
Yeah.
Pardon my French. So, yeah, those are our favourite scenes. Have you got anything more you want to say? Because there's... I'm going to interrupt. Have you got any more to say? I'll say it. So this is an anti-Odyssey journey. Mm-hmm. Because obviously in Odyssey it's like this journey to succession and stuff like that. Whereas this is essentially a journey to downfall.
Yeah.
Falling down. And again, I think if they'd just written it a bit better, it would have won Oscars. I mean, this film wasn't nominated for anything. Michael Douglas wasn't nominated. I mean, granted, it was 1994's Oscars. That meant that there was like Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, Philadelphia, The Piano, a bunch of other stuff. And this film, the only thing it won was like in Cannes.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But that's it. This film is a good film.
It's almost brilliant.
Yes.
But it just, it's that little bit of... It's not something missing, it's something too much.
Yeah, it just had... The turn in it was just bad, I think. But, again, it's a great film.
It is great. So, facts.
Okay, so every studio in Hollywood turned down the script, and it was only until Michael Douglas came across the script that he pronounced it to be the best he'd ever read, therefore it got made. Detective Brian, Stephen Park, says he can't translate Mr. Lee, the shop owner, because he's Japanese and Mr. Lee is Korean. In real life, Stephen Park is actually from South Korea and Chan is from Chinese, or is Chinese, sorry. The man who's yelling about not being economically viable in front of the bank is wearing the same clothes as Foster. Even the tie pattern is exactly the same. The movie was shot around the same time as the LA riots.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, they had to record in the studio, which actually was a good thing because it made that they could film more with the lighting. Iron Maiden's song... Iron Maiden. I'm sorry, I'm throwing the rock hands up. Nobody can see it. I love Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden's song Man on the Edge is based on this movie. I will play that song later. In one scene, the scene where he's with the golf court, he says that it's a waste of space and golf is for old men and nothing better to do. Ironically, Michael Douglas is an avid golfer in real life. Jack Nicholson, Ed Harris, Robert De Niro, Alec Baldwin, Jeff Bridges, Nick Nolte, Mel Gibson, Michael Keaton, Robin Williams, Harrison Ford, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino were all considered the role of Defense.
Okay.
That's quite quick.
A few, yeah. Good.
And then finally, in the movie, Bill Foster, or Defense, I'm just going to call him Bill.
Yeah.
Is referred to as being in his late 30s. Snigger. He was actually 48 at the time.
Yeah, very late 30s.
Yes. His wife, I can't remember the name of the actress who plays the wife. She was only 27.
Oh, cripes.
Yeah. So those are all my facts. I'm going to quickly give a quick shout out.
Okay, good.
Number one to Richard Enriquez.
Yes.
Who suggested this film.
Yeah,
Thank you
Richard.
So very much.
We hope we did it justice for you.
Sorry we didn't say it's the most amazing film ever. Sorry.
We still liked it, though.
It's good. I recommend people watch it.
Yeah.
But I also want to say a big shout out to Glenn and Taylor from Pulp Culture. I strongly recommend people check them out. I listened to episode 4, which is the retrosode, where they talked about Mike Myers' So I Married an Ex-Murderer.
Brilliant.
Which is a great film.
Yeah.
I love that film. So yeah, thank you very much. And go and listen to their podcast. That's Pulp Culture.
Pulp Culture.
Thank you, Taylor.
Okay, so if you want to email us, you can reach us at fullmoviepodcast@gmail.com. On Twitter, we are at fullmoviepoduk, and on Instagram at fullmoviepodcast.
Brilliant. Do you know what film we're doing next week?
Yes, I do. We are doing Spaceballs!
Brilliant. Oh, Mel Brooks, can't wait to do that. Everybody go give us a like and review, and thank you very much. We'll speak to you on Sunday.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now.